the different stages of our personal evolution that we have to go through to achieve pure love for God. He said, adau-sraddha, first there should be some faith that comes by association with saints. Tata sadhu-sanga. Then, our first contact with saints was by chance. We did not know it was going to happen, but it happened. Then some faith came. Then after, when our faith has come, then we deliberately try to associate with saints. We search them out. Where can I be with a pure devotee? To be in their atmosphere and hear from them, learn from them the ways of loving service. So after faith develops, then the next stage is the sadhu-sanga, the association of saints, knowingly, deliberately, purposefully, with very specific intention. So, by that association, one is inspired and receives initiation and some instructions how to begin the practice of bhakti. So when we take up hearing, chanting, remembering, serving the deities and all the various aspects of bhakti yoga, that stage is called bhajana-kriya. As we try to engage ourselves more and more fully and completely in Krishna's service, then the tamagun, ignorance in the heart, which makes us become angry, which makes us feel dissatisfied, which makes us come into the conflict with others due to some irrational hostility to other beings and narrow-mindedness or the lack of compassion. All of these things, they are gradually eliminated. Tamagun, rajagun, ambition, the passion, the thirst for the worldly experiences, this also dissipates. And then sattva-gun comes. In sattva-gun, then the chitta, the consciousness, becomes steady. We have discussed in Schreiben Alp so much about the importance of the chitta, your consciousness being very steady. Swachatvam, avikaratvam, shantatvam iti cetasa. Kapil Dev has defined what are the characteristics of the chitta. That is above the mind, above your ego. That consciousness is characterized by swachatvam, clarity. Clarity. This clarity, Sridhar Swami and also Srila Vishwanath Thakur, they say clarity means Bhagavat Bimba Grahitvam, the ability to catch a reflection of Krishna in your chitta. You see? Little spurity. This is what we want. Really, a Vaishnava is a person who has some realization, a slight spurti of Krishna, until one has an internal vision of the lotus feet of Krishna. One is not Vaishnava actually. They're Kanishta Adhikari. They are trying in the beginning stage of devotional service. But Vaishnavism begins from that moment that the lotus feet of Sri Krishna are reflected even for a moment upon one's pure heart. So he's Madhyamadhikari now. Strong faith. Yet still there are some mysteries left to be revealed. So many mysteries are still remaining. But he has strong faith because some experience is there of Krishna. So, as the anarthas are cleared, the stage comes nistha. So there the chitta swachatvam. It is clear enough to catch a reflection of Krishna's form. And avikaratvam. Avikaratvam means the freedom from lie and vikshepa. Sridhar Swami, he's the earliest commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam. Lie means the sleepiness when you're chanting. Did you ever experience sometimes when you're chanting japa that sleepiness is coming? How can it be? Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. The most riveting, the most scintillating, the most attractive and astonishing thing in the entire universe is this sound, Krishna. Yet we fall asleep? How is it possible? So, when chitta becomes steady, the quality is adhikaratvam. The chitta is not oscillating, causing the experiences of laziness or sleep in the activities of devotional service, and vikshepa, distraction. No distraction. There's ekagrata, one-pointedness, full attention, concentration. So in Madhurya Kadambini, Srila Vishnu Thakur said, until one overcomes the sleepiness, the distraction, the emptiness of indifference, that's called apratipati. Apratipati. Even if you're not sleepy, even if you're not distracted, but you're just not on fire. Feeling the fire of a strong desire to be with Krishna, to render some service that will make him become very pleased. That eagerness is not there. So there's a type of indifference. So this has to be overcome. And kasai. Kasai means your nature is basically good, but now and then you have a little outburst of anger or intolerance with someone. This is kasai. Some remaining pollution is there. And rasasvad. Rasasvad means, oh, this is very dangerous. You see? When the chitta becomes very steady, it develops a new characteristic that you never had before. That is called samapati. That is the ability to, in your mind, to actually, the chitta will transform and become any object that you think of. You see? If you see an apple, then you close your eyes, you can imagine the apple, but your imagination is not clear and moving here and there. You know? But when the nistha, the one-pointedness of the consciousness comes, then a power comes. Patanjali describes this in the Yoga Sutras, called samapati. And you can think of something, and that very object appears in its fullness. And you can examine it from all angles, and experience it from all angles. So the danger is, just when the steadiness is coming, that you can enjoy sense objects in your mind. It's called rasasvadan. Devotee outwardly gave up everything. Very nice. But he's chanting and, oh, what's going on? My mind is so powerful now. I can do anything. So, all of these different aspects of indifference to Krishna's loving service, they are the last obstacles that come just prior to true nistha, true steadiness. Now, why are we describing this? Because all the stages from Shraddha up to Nishtha, this is not actually Bhakti Tattva. It's not the development of Bhakti. This is only the development of firm faith. So it's actually Shraddha Tattva. This is described. There's a beautiful text by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur called Bhakti Tattva Vivek. Bhakti Tattva Vivek. It means the Vivek. Vivek is the power of discrimination. Discriminating very minutely about the different stages of your own development. So that we can be authentic. That we can be real. That we can make the fairly accurate estimation of what stage we are in and what is required of us. So that we don't become too fuzzy and overly romantic and sentimental, thinking I am qualified for some types of meditation and smaran, for which really I am not eligible. So bhakti tattva vivek is very important, discrimination. So we are discussing the verse of Kapil Dev, swachatvam, avikaratvam, shantatvam iti chaitasa. Shantatvam means a peacefulness of the heart. And in the commentaries, our acharyas say, the symptom of the peacefulness is the awakening of vivek, discrimination. Until the heart becomes steady, the ability to discriminate between these various stages of bhakti and identify where we are is not there. Only when the peacefulness of heart is there, then vivek can awaken. This is why it is very important not to throw out all very high tattvas into the crowd of persons whose minds are completely restless, because they have no discrimination where to apply them, how to apply them, in what stage to apply these things.